In Nolan We Trust, to do a World War II movie this time, starring Finn Whitehead, I think Finn, Mark Rylance, Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, and Harry Styles. Because when you're trying to escape Dunkirk for England, you're headed in one direction.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard.
Alright, hello and welcome to our review for Dunkirk. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
Just.
I'm Brian Haas.
I'm Kid Coleman.
Why did I say it so aggressively, Dunkirk? Anyways, so we saw it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to shake things up a little in our reviewing here.
As always.
For our loyal subscribers.
Yeah, we're trying to streamline this thing, so we're going to do categories. We're each going to give it a letter grade, maybe say a sentence or whatever, if we have it. Otherwise, just be like, yeah, it was good, whatever, I give it this. That's how we're going to do this. Hopefully it'll work. You can let us know in the comments whether you think it worked or not. So, without any further ado, let's get to the first category. Direction, cinematography. Alright, so Kit, what did you think? Let's start with you. What did you think about the direction and cinematography?
Give it an A.
Nice. Brian, you can throw to the next person then, Kit.
That's why I looked at him.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that was it.
He gave you those slinty eyes.
It gets the plus.
Oh.
Brandon, what do you think? Are we keeping it?
I was surprised at this, and I'm going to be the lowest one so far with an A minus.
Oh my god! And the lowest.
None of this is bad, though.
And the lowest one in this table because I gave it an easy A.
So like an Emma Stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to make her creepy eyes.
So I
Why are her eyes so far apart?
Why are they? I asked that too. Whenever I see Emma Stone.
We do this to streamline it, and Josh talks about other shit.
Fair point.
No, that's fine. Look, whatever.
I'm not saying. Just saying.
I guess, I don't know, I thought it was good, but I've seen better. So, you guys, maybe I was being rough, I don't know.
I was
Still
just,
thought it was a beautiful movie.
Yeah. I thought it was good. Cramped.
Good cramps.
Good.
Good cramps.
Like I don't know. I think it kept the tight atmosphere, the tense atmosphere.
Yes.
Throughout it, and I think a lot of that has to do with the direction of it. And
Sure.
keep like the enemy is unknown. The enemy is everywhere.
Yes.
That you never see any like other than a few planes and the flying things.
Yeah.
A few planes and the flying thing.
Look, we all gave it A's.
Yeah.
Like in the A category.
Yeah,
in our
so
good.
we all loved the direction cinematography of this movie. So let's move on to the writing. So Kit, let's start off with you again. Writing, what'd you think?
I gave it a C.
Ooh.
Brian.
I gave it a B.
For Brian.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brandon.
I give it a B plus.
Wow.
It took some chances, but I think they mostly worked, if not always.
I gave it a C minus because I don't think there was a lot of writing in this movie to begin with.
Well, no, but I don't know if you can default. If you can,
I will, and I have.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the story itself and its writing was okay, but I mean, it is based largely off of actual events.
Actual events, yeah.
And the dialogue is few and far between. There's not like a whole lot of written. I wouldn't say there's a lot of written stuff down on here.
Yeah, but I think I mainly thought about the time changes, jumping sort of thing, and I think that.
And I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, and I could see it being.
Damn, I didn't even think about that part.
I could see it being a
I
hit or
probably
miss
put
thing.
lower.
Well, and my problem with it was I don't know why it was there.
Yeah.
Other than for the end, for you to go, oh, like, and then it all puts together. But that's it. That's the.
It
only,
took me a minute to
That's the
understand
only
what was
reason
going on,
that
too.
time jump stuff exists is for at the end when it all comes together. You can kind of go, oh.
I think.
Other than that, it would have still told a coherent story fluidly, even if it didn't have the time jumps. I think it was just kind of like an extra. Like,
Except at the very end.
I think
yeah.
that's how some people will see this movie with that opinion. Definitely, I'm not saying that. I liked it a little more than that because I thought it was an interesting way of having kind of all the characters' sort of storyline stuff be in similar spots at the same time, even if in actuality they didn't happen at the same
Yeah.
time.
Because otherwise
So,
you'd
yeah.
be telling all of story A.
Yeah,
and all of
yeah,
story
yeah.
B.
It was a way to keep like that either feeling in the moment or where they were in their story arc to be around the same spot for each person. That's how I saw it. And then at the end, it all kind of combined into the finale of the movie.
We can get that you didn't care for it or didn't want it for you.
Yeah, which, like I said, I see this is going to be a decisive part of this movie is the splitting up.
divisive.
Is that what did I say? Decisive?
Decisive.
Decisive. It's going to be a divisive.
Divisive.
Divisive. However you're going to say it. I
Correctly.
can't talk good. Well, yeah, preferably correctly, not like me. So yeah, anyways, let's move on now to acting. Alright, so heading down the line again, Kit, right? Acting, almost went to the last category. Acting, what you think?
Hey,
Good acting, huh?
Brian.
I'm gonna be a little bit different and go C plus.
Ooh, I'm gonna be more on Kit's side and go B+.
Oh, I'm going to be on Brian's side and
Oh.
go B plus as well.
Nice. Well,
B plus aggressive.
even Harry Styles was good.
What exactly are you?
I'm going to B plus.
Is that a cheerleader?
I think
Aggressive.
I think my main reason I didn't get into
B
the
plus
A's is
aggressive.
because I wasn't amazed by any of the performances.
Yeah.
They were all very strong.
Yeah.
They were very good. I liked the tearing up Kenneth Branagh at the end, like all that stuff. Really good. These are quality actors. Several like Oscar nominees and shit, but none of them amazed me, which is why I
Yeah.
didn't get into the A's.
That's where I'm at too. I mean,
And I don't think anyone had enough time to fully amaze me. Anyways, there
Yeah.
it was very split.
That's kind of what drew me down. I did like that they were able to still telegraph how they were feeling even without talking as
Yeah.
much. But nobody stood out, and it just seemed like okay.
Which
I don't know.
I get your side. Like maybe that's kind of a point against it that it's largely a silent movie. Not largely, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
It's not a
character.
silent
The-
movie, but
the-
it's a
The score
music
has more of a
movie.
voice than the
Yeah.
actors do.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
actually,
The
I don't know,
sound,
there you go.
the sound,
Yeah,
which
nailed it.
we'll get to.
Damn, Kit.
Wait for it.
I'm sorry, I'm still recovering from Kit. Like, actually having,
Yeah.
like an actual poignant.
Yeah, well, he did
thought.
give it, what, an A-? What'd you give it?
Yeah.
An A. Why did you give it such a high grade?
I bought their performance.
Alright, easy
For
to
$11.
They were men in a war and they wanted to get the fuck out.
Easy, alright.
I bought that, and like for what the movie was, it was a good performance to me.
Fair enough. So, the aforementioned sound came up, so let's get into it. How do you think of the sound of this movie, guys? Alright. Once again, Kit, sound, what'd you think?
Gave sound a B, solid B.
So,
For Brian,
I'm a little
who's next?
Brian.
I'm a little surprised because I went A plus. I love the sound.
I'm kind of right there with you, A. Straight up A.
I gave it an S.
And that's...
Some S's were still legit.
So what does that mean?
It's better than A plus.
I
Oh,
thought,
better than
I thought the sound did
I
a
think
good
it's-
job, but there were several scenes where there was a plane coming and people noticed, and I couldn't fucking
I
hear
even
it.
drew some
The-
consummate.
Sorry,
jokes.
the score kind of like was covering up the sound of the plane coming. There was a specific scene where Kenneth Branagh noticed it right away, and I'm like, "What the fuck is he listening to? I don't hear it."
Oh, you know what? Kit reminded me of something. I'm taking it down.
To an A+?
To an A plus. I'm
Okay.
giving it an A plus because
Didn't like your
I
makeup shit
don't
anyway.
like the fucking Christopher Nolan violin thing going through the entire fucking movie. I
Yeah.
feel like that.
Violin? I
At
didn't
one
get
point,
that,
it was
I
like a
guess.
siren.
I am deaf to scores,
Oh.
so all I'm in.
No,
all
it's-
I'm
I
in
usually
is
just-
action.
It's the one thing,
explosions.
and I recognize this in like even in the Batman movies. There's always like that,
It's like a hum.
like it's a hum that goes through the entire fucking movie, and that irritates me.
Yeah.
Oh, because I never realized that.
It-
so I guess if you've noticed that in the past, I guess...
Rewatch any of his fucking movies.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it just didn't stand out to me.
I only noticed this one much like War of the
Kit
Planet of
convinced
the
me. A
Apes.
plus. It's getting an A.
All right.
Like War of the
So-
Planet of the Apes wasn't much like speech. I kind of noticed a lot of the score.
So this time again, you noticed a lot of the score then, right?
Yeah, and-
There wasn't a ton of speech.
I like the sound. I don't think the score itself was fantastic.
I think the sound design was stronger than the score. I'll give
Yeah.
you that. But I did really like the score. I think Hans Zimmer did a pretty good, job. Like I dug it in the moments when I was supposed to dig it, and I didn't really notice it, I guess, as much as you did in parts when I wasn't supposed to. So I don't recall the plane thing. So
Oh, it was at the end. It was,
okay,
yeah.
maybe he saw the plane.
They,
I'm just
I
saying.
think they showed it breach the clouds, so I don't think he could have seen the
I
plane.
don't know. Anyways, there we go. All right. So I guess we'll get to what we're gonna end always with. There's a wild card category, which would be different depending on the movie, what type of movie it is, and that sort of thing. For this movie, we're gonna go with the wild card category. It's harder to say than I thought. Of intensity.
Wild card category.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
Sorry. Guess I was mistaken. Intensity. What'd you guys think of the intensity? Intensity. What we got?
I gave the intensity a D minus.
Oh shit! What?
Really?
Jesse wasn't
Oh.
intensified.
Right?
Brian, what do you got?
Left fucking field.
I got an A. Pretty much the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I got a A minus. I couldn't even remember it
Yeah,
first. I knew it was up there. A minus.
B plus.
I think it was. We're similar. I think it was mostly intense,
Yeah.
but it
I
could
didn't-
have been more intense. I
You have to
guess.
feel
I didn't feel any intensity. I
At
didn't,
all.
From the
I didn't really
fucking-
feel anything from these characters.
Oh, not that.
I didn't really feel
No.
anything from the scenes.
There-
It
so
really
that-
didn't grab me.
That was the entire
Interesting.
movie.
I know.
Yeah.
didn't grab me.
I thought it.
If
they really
anything,
had a
I would
story.
say
They had a
boring.
feeling.
To describe this movie,
Oh.
it was boring.
Oh wow.
It was very well shot, but boring.
You know what though?
Well, I
I'm
guess
sure
that'll.
Kit's not going to be the only person
Yeah.
out there to think that of this
that's a
movie.
good side.
I mean that'll
Outside.
reflect in our final rating.
Yeah,
coming up
definitely.
here.
Which I guess let's.
The wild card.
We kind of have spoiled Kit, so let's just get right into it. Kind of final thoughts and ratings, Kit. You kind of already said yours, but just give us a quick recap overall of what you thought and a rating. Anytime now. Anytime now.
Give you a quick thought. It was like I get that it was a horrible battle. Like I guess it lasted a week
Spartan
essentially.
troops.
Telling from what the movie taught me, the whole time switch thing I thought was annoying. Wasn't a deal breaker, but I really didn't feel attached to these characters. I really didn't feel any real danger for anyone. Like okay, the ship's going under. They're like, just get out of the ship. And they did.
They didn't all make it. Like I don't know.
Well, I know, and I didn't really care. That's the problem.
Okay.
It didn't really make me feel
I-
for these soldiers.
I think I know.
Like,
without
because
any
the movie
dialogue
on an
or-
individual
the movie
basis.
started sort of in the middle. I kind of felt.
I think these are going to be somewhat common complaints.
Yeah, it just kind of started.
To average people, sure.
It really didn't draw me in.
Not to cut down
Yeah.
people who think that, but yeah.
My main problem with this movie really didn't draw me in.
Okay.
Is all.
So what
It
did you
just-
say?
Yeah, I think you wanted more
Stream
of
it.
Wait for it.
Yes. I was going for more of a war movie.
and you wanted more of a a typical war movie. Like you
an
wanted
action movie.
You wanted like a central character that we followed through the whole thing or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you wanted because
I
you wanted
guess.
you wanted to connect with
Well,
the
not even a
characters
central
more.
character, but a central group.
Sure.
And it
You
was
wanted a
all
band of
was,
brothers
I
and,
get
Saving
I get the
Private
purpose
Ryan.
of it. I get the purpose of going off different routes. There was civilians going in. There was the admiral trying to make sure, like that everything went well with the ships, making sure they didn't choke the beach with like huge ships. The regular soldiers trying to get the fuck out. I got it in the planes. The pilots
Sure.
trying to make up for it. I get it all, but it just really
Didn't connect.
didn't connect.
Yeah. Which
Yeah, thank Yeah.
I'm. Yeah.
I wish it did.
All
I
right.
just didn't. Brian?
Right.
So I think I'll echo Kit in that. So all these pieces were doing their own thing, and to me, sure, you maybe didn't care about you didn't have that central character to love. But but it all came together.
JT.
And as soon as it did that, it gave you this emotional roller coaster ride, and it seemed like the whole thing about the movie wasn't really to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
You could look that up in a history book, or you should probably at least know the basics of it. But it just gives you that feeling that these people went through, or at least the feeling of dread and
Sure.
excitement, and so it was an emotional movie. So. And I would say go out and see it now.
Do it now! What are you waiting for?
But what did you think?
All right. You're kind of where I am. I think this movie is more of an experience
Mm-hmm.
than it is like a typical narrative.
Exactly.
The point of this movie, I think, is so you can experience this battle or whatever you want to call it. I think it totally succeeded at. I was in the moment pretty much the whole time. I felt most of the intensity. I thought it was beautiful to look at. As all the things just said, I gave pretty high marks to just about everything. So I'm gonna go with see it now.
Do it now! What are you waiting
So
for?
I enjoyed the experience. So Josh, what did you think?
I would definitely also say see it now.
Do it now! What are you
Anything
waiting
for? A lot of reasons you guys said. Yeah, I get where Kit's coming from, but no, I felt this as a experience, not a narrative,
Mhm.
like what you said, and Even going back to what Brian said about his rating and stuff, like whether it's worth seeing it in a movie theater is also something he counts into.
Yeah.
You need this.
You need that.
Yeah,
sound
you need that
system.
theater sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
For mostly the sound, not even as much
Yeah.
the picture, for the sound.
Because I think the sound really carries this movie over the top for me. Or
It might
over
also
top.
be our theater, though. I don't understand why ours was border shrunk.
I did notice that too at the very
I was going to
beginning.
ask somebody that worked there, and I totally forgot, because it kind of bugged me. At first, I thought maybe it was just going to be like that for certain scenes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
IMAX was going to blow up,
Yeah.
but it never really did. So, guess you didn't notice?
I didn't notice.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's
You got me.
'Cause, yeah. Being all about sound, that the screen being a little smaller actually didn't help.
Yeah, the sound was so good that it kind of made up for it.
Well, I guess at this point now we have to take this to the rank bank.
Yeah, time to make a deposit to the rank bank, guys. This is going to be an interesting one. I think this is going to be a hard one to compare.
Let's do some numbers. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's gonna be hard to compare.
Do
I
you want
think-
to write numbers on our panels?
I see this movie as
yeah.
very different from every other movie pretty
Yeah,
much
that's
we've
true.
seen this year. So it's hard to kind of compare them as which is.
But compare them we must
But we
as
must.
amateur YouTube professionals.
We owe it to our fans, all two of you or whatever. Four,
three or four.
6,
Three or four.
whatever.
7.
All right, so let's see where everyone wants to place it on the list. Going down the line again, Kit.
I hate being first.
Maybe this should just be an all review.
confident.
Let's just all do it.
Okay.
Let's just whip them out.
1, 2, 3. I don't see what you guys got.
I know that was the point.
2, 15.
5.
V?
5.
Oh,
I had
I hate you
six.
for using the
I
Roman
had
numeral.
6. Yeah, this is a clusterfuck of numbers.
I know, that's why I wanted to see the map.
Now this comes down to where, in theory, the average goes, which is we would bump down War for the Planet of the Apes and put it there. So yeah, the question kind of now is, do we think it's worse than War for the Planet of the Apes? Josh hasn't seen it.
I have seen the Get Out and the Get Out. I still will always call it the Get Out.
Yeah.
And I would say it's better than Get Out. So,
Okay.
and I don't think it's better than Spider-Man: Homecoming. 'Cause
I believe the
while I
Planet
did
Apes-
give it a 5, I
See, my
think Spider-Man:
problem-
Homecoming is better than.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
My
In my
problem.
mind.
My problem is I think this movie's better than Spider-Man: Homecoming, but not better than War for the Planet of the Apes.
Do you think this is better than Wonder Woman? I don't know why that
No.
comes
I think this is better than one.
Oh, because it was a World War One movie. This
Yeah,
is a World War II movie.
that's not quite. No, close.
I am
Not quite.
putting this above Wonder Woman, but as for where it lands after
We'll
the
see at the
math
end
is
of the
done,
year what I think, but for now,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would say this is slightly
I'm
less
okay
than
with
Wonder
the
Woman.
7 placement as the math goes.
I'm kind of okay with bumping it down to 8 just because, like I said, I actually would prefer War for the Planet of the Apes. So
I think
I'm
they
kind of
did.
in
I think they did a better job at the non-dialogue shit than.
Really?
like if it comes between this and War for the Planet of the Apes, I would go War.
Ryan, what's your take on this? You're pretty high on it.
I am pretty high,
Yeah,
but
give it to
but
you.
all three, or not all three, because Josh didn't see War for the Planet of the Apes. But you guys feel
I
it was
probably
better than the War of
liked
the
it if
Apes.
that makes you feel
I'm willing to compromise. We can put it to 8.
Wait, better than War of the Apes? No, I was saying the War of the Apes is better than this.
I know,
And me
I,
too.
and that's what
Oh,
you
oh,
think.
okay, sorry.
And I'm willing to go with you guys.
Yeah, because like I
I'll
said,
be
the
a
2 to
team-
1 vote because Josh hasn't seen it. So
Oh, I was
it's
just gonna
hard
say, I'm willing to be a team player. and
It's
agree
above
with
Get
you
Out,
guys.
and Josh wanted it above.
Yeah, Josh wanted it above Get Out.
I'd say it's better than
So-
Get Out.
Yeah.
And I think it's better than Wonder Woman, so I mean.
I'm really interested.
If you guys.
Oh, you really want to?
I think this is better than Wonder Woman, and if you guys think this is better than a movie that you also think is better than Wonder Woman, I can't disagree with you. Let's call
So
it.
8.
Let's call it
Are we
8.
in agreement after discussing it?
I-
Average is 7, but we really want to go 8.
Yeah.
I'll call it 8.
I'll go with it.
We also have to consider how recency bias because
Yes.
July has been a hell of a month.
It has.
Yeah.
Okay, you can kind of say it started with Baby Driver, so
Usually
it was
it
right
is.
at the end of June. So you can in parentheses say Baby Driver.
You can say
You
that.
want to include?
Hey, look it, Baby Driver.
That's just good.
Some
Spider-Man
people look. A
Homecoming.
lot of people didn't see it until July. So Baby Driver, Spider-Man, War for the Planet of the Apes, now Dunkirk. Next week, Atomic Blonde. July is looking like a pretty awesome month.
That's
for
the
thing.
preliminary reports of
Great
Atomic
movies.
Blonde.
Alright,
John
alright.
Wick on crack.
All right, so there you go. We placed Dunkirk on the list at 8. So it entered our top 10. We'll see where it lands at the end of the year, or as we change this list, what happens. Because it's always moving, guys. It's always in flux. So
Check back on our channel for regular rank bag updates.
overall,
It's
it
constantly
seems
in
as
flux.
though we really liked Dunkirk, except for Kit, who was just kind of like, yeah, it's not that great.
It just didn't work on it.
The second episode of Pacific, I felt hit me more than Dunkirk.
Wow, and you're not a big Pacific guy.
No, it took a second
He
viewing.
was.
Yeah, the
Maybe
second
this will
viewing.
take a second
It
viewing.
does like that.
Maybe I should rewatch Pacific too.
Yeah, once I realized
I
what
want
it
to.
was, fucking Pacific's hard as
Yeah, I
shit.
should give it another chance
And
too.
awesome.
I've never seen it.
I watched it the first time when it aired.
You have to realize is it was a really shit war in the Pacific.
Fuck yeah, I would choose
More than Europe.
I would choose Europe any day.
Killing Ratsies against killing Japs.
Ratsies?
Watch Hacksaw Ridge. Too.
Sorry, that's my brother's
Oh,
voice.
I've been meaning to.
Watch
I
Hacksaw
really
Ridge.
want to see
too.
that. I never got a chance to see that.
The war scenes are amazing. The other parts are pretty preachy, but but the war scenes are awesome.
This has been
anyways.
Resisting Boredom.
Where we
All right.
talk about all the movies.
Yeah, so like and subscribe, comment below. Tell us what you thought of Dunkirk, where you would put it on your list, or tell us about your love for Harry Styles. I don't really care. Say whatever you want. We'll appreciate it. And until next time, find your own ways of resisting boredom.
Cheers.
This is
Oh,
bye-bye.
okay.
Doesn't say jizz.
Bye bye, man.
What's stupid?
I don't know the sound.
songs.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah. The space between.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah.
Dave Matthews. My bad. We have no money. We do need the Dave Matthews breakdown Easter egg.
Alright, fine. I got a black guy in my band.
He has several.
He does. Well, his hair's made of a yarn.
He's
He might be the
African-American.
only white guy in the band. I don't even
Is he?
know.
But
He might be.
I don't
He's
know.
probably the only true
Are they his slaves?
Yes, that's why they named it
Did he
Dave
sail
Matthews.
and catch
He's like, I take the name, no, I'm the white guy.
racist.
Like, you know, we can't put on the poster. So
That's what he does.
I go out to Home Depot. I go, who wants to play
He
band?
speaks their language. He doesn't write their language.
Alright, I think we had enough Easter eggs now.